Oh boy, new stuff. I'm so excited. Oh my god. Wow.
Hey friends, Ash here. Welcome back to Gents. Hope that you're doing well. It's time for another This Week in Fragrance, where we're going to be talking about some upcoming fragrance releases that you and I have to look forward to. On the docket today, a new Creed, a new Angel Share flanker, a brand new line from Prada, finally, a new little Halloween fragrance, so a future cheapie to keep your eyes open for, and also a couple other little bits and bobs, a couple other releases to talk about. Now, pretty much everything that I share with you today is from iFragrance Official. I'll have them linked in the description. Feel free to check them out down there. They've always got the info on upcoming releases, new releases, so you can check them out from time to time and see what's coming. Let's kick things off by talking about the new Creed fragrance. This one is called Oud Zarian. The newest Creed, Oud Zarian, summons forth the power of Oud in all its warmth and luxury. It's like Gandalf is out here making Creed fragrances. Zarian means golden in Persian, and this new fragrance speaks of Oud chips being lit on a golden altar. Okay. Plumes of sacred incense ignite the precious scent with the warmth of ginger and a spice accord. Tender, delicate rose exhilarates the heart with its dewy presence. The base features an aged 80-year-old oud that shows off its complexity and elegance with rare sandalwood. Did they really use an 80-year-old aged oud in this, like in every bottle? It's possible, but I do wonder if it's one of those things like Hugo Boss, when they came out with Boss bottled oud. On the package, it said that the fragrance used 100% natural oud. Now, it didn't specify how much, and at the time I was like, I wonder if they have like just a huge vat of the fragrance, right? And they just walk by with like a little eyedropper of natural oud, and they're just like, like one little drop hits the vat and they're like, that counts. Technically, it has 100% natural oud in there. I'm wondering if it's a similar kind of thing here. You know, the base features an aged 80-year-old oud. Like, how much of that is actually in every bottle? I'm assuming not much. I could be wrong, but I'm assuming not much. And I am now very anxious about how much this is going to cost, because I can just see it now. Like, you come up to the Creed counter at a store or wherever, and you're like, oh, I'd like to try out the new Creed fragrance, and they're like, oh, this one has an 80-year-old natural oud. That's why it's $995. And then you just go, ah! Back to the fragrance. Warmed myrrh resin is enriched with the woody sweetness of licorice root and tonka bean to create an enduring trail that embodies a luxurious palace draped in shimmering gold. Well, we already know, as I said, Creed fragrances ain't cheap, and they are driving it home that this one ain't gonna be cheap. So the notes there: frankincense, ginger, bergamot, a spice accord, rose, 80-year-old oud, patchouli, sandalwood, tonka, licorice, and myrrh. That sounds pricey. It also sounds like it's probably gonna be pretty good. Like, I'll go with it, I'll rock with it, assuming that it's not insanely, never mind, it's gonna be crazy expensive. But if we just use like a little comparison, Royal Oud, also from the House of Creed, retails at 100 mils for $590. Technically, you can also get a 50 mil and save money. That one's only $415 at full retail. I'm assuming this new one is gonna be pricier than Royal Oud. If it's not, and you compare it to, say, Centaurus, that one came out recently, and it was $560 full retail, or that's what it's going for now at 100 mils. So yeah, regardless, this thing is gonna be, you know, on the low end, probably around $560. More realistically, the sky's the limit. Next up, let's talk really quickly about the new Halloween, then we'll jump into the new Prada and the new Angel Share. Discover the new Halloween perfume for men, a fresh, woody, and aromatic blend that stimulates the senses. The energizing burst of citrus emanating from bergamot complements the spicy ginger. Clary sage adds an aromatic touch, while cedarwood provides warmth and depth. That's the type of write-up where nobody cares. They were like, ah, whatever, friggin', here's the notes. Something. What's it inspired by? I don't know, your mom. That's essentially how Halloween approached this one. You gotta respect it. So this fragrance is called My World. by Halloween perfumes. They're gonna be most well known for their Halloween Man fragrances, so Halloween Man X, Halloween Man Hero, stuff like that. And typically they're also known for being cheap. Yeah, that's the main thing, cheap. I gotta say, I kinda dig the bottle. Like, it looks to me like a melting ice cube, essentially, which is kinda cool, you know, it's all right. I don't know that the fragrance is gonna smell icy or anything, but it's an okay look, especially considering that typically those Halloween fragrances, like I said, once they hit discounters, you're gonna be looking at somewhere around 30 bucks, something like that. Now the note breakdown, yeah, there's not a lot going on there. Bergamot, ginger, clary, sage, cedarwood. My best guess, a blue fragrance. Something in the blue fragrance family, blue fragrance style. Is it gonna smell similar to a really popular blue fragrance? That's possible, you know, sort of like a little twist on something that's more expensive, and then this one comes out and it's more affordable, so you could get this instead of that. That's probably, or at least the most likely outcome here, but you really can't glean a whole lot from that note breakdown. Bergamot and ginger, that's gonna go together well. I mean, that's been done to death, but it smells great because you get that fresh spiciness and even an additional little bit of sweetness from the ginger, which really helps elevate the citrus, you know, gives it more pop, more life, more brightness. Clary sage in the mid, that's a pretty typical mid note in masculine fragrances. You see that used like always, like across everything. So it's probably gonna give you like a safe little aromatic masculine touch as you head through the mid. That's best guess. And then cedar. I mean, you know, a little fresh woodiness. All right, next we're gonna jump into the new Prada. This is a whole new line for men. But before we do, coupon codes. And I just have to update you guys, the JOMASHOP codes, they changed a little while back. They only work within the app. They change every few months. And the Gift Express code GENTS15 will get you 15% off, but the order has to be over 250 bucks. Otherwise it's 10% off. All the other codes are as always. So if you shop at any of those stores, all of which are great, you can save yourself some money using those codes. All right, this new one is Prada Paradigme. Now I'm glad it's not just another Luna Rossa, and I'm sure a lot of you are as well. Like, Luna Rossa's cool. Luna Rossa's cool, but it'd be good to get some other stuff. And myself and a lot of you out there have been like, hey, Prada, you know, either come out with a new L'Homme, which honestly still do that, Prada, still do L'Homme, like don't kill that. Or a new line, and we're getting a new line, so you can't complain too much, as long as the fragrance is good. Let's see what they have to say about it. Discover Paradigme, the new masculine scent from Prada. This is a fragrance that defies traditional norms of perfumery by evoking thoughts. What does that even mean? We're gonna defy traditional norms of perfumery. Oh, how's that? What are you gonna do? You're gonna, like, you know, make something with accords, notes that have never been used before? Make an entirely new family of fragrances that no one's even thought of? No, we're going to evoke thoughts. Huh? How does that even work? What are you talking about? Anyway, it reimagines self-esteem as curiosity, power as softness, and success as the liberty to design your very own patterns. I still don't know what that means. It reimagines self-esteem as curiosity. That's not the same thing. That's what? Power as softness. That's not a good selling point. You spray fragrance on and you're like, it's not even there, man. This is super weak. And they go like, dude, you don't understand. We've reimagined this. Power is now softness. We flipped it on you. Nope, it's still just softness. Yup, you guys, you got me. A scent that adopts a new way of being, acting, and thinking. Prada toys with words and offers a masculine counterpart to their iconic women's fragrance, Paradox. Their master perfumers aspire to pave the way for a new approach in perfumery. It is well evident in the design of the fragrance in the unique shaped inverted pyramid symbolizing the signature iconic Prada triangle. I don't think that said anything. That was just words. They did say, to be fair, Prada toys with words by saying nothing. Let's see the note breakdown. And I feel like this note breakdown is a little flim-flammed right here. I'm just gonna read you guys the notes. So Peruvian balsam, benzoin, guaiac wood, geranium bourbon, specifically green geranium bourbon, makes sense with the bottle color, rose, bergamot, and musk. The reason I say they're a little messed up probably is they have bergamot as a base note, and then they have like benzoin and guaiac wood as a top note, which doesn't make any sense. Unless this is what Prada meant all along. They're shaking up perfumery. They've turned top notes into base notes into top notes. Cats and dogs living together, mass chaos, hysteria. So with that note breakdown, obviously they're gonna lean into the green aspect at least a little bit. I mean, they got the green bottle, they've got the bergamot, the green geranium bourbon. So I would assume there's going to be that kind of aspect coming through in the fragrance itself. It looks like kind of a mild weather kind of fragrance, spring, fall most likely, just because they do have these different resins in there that's gonna give it kind of an ambery type feel most likely, like some warmth, some sweetness. Guaiac wood can come across lightly smoky as well. The rose also makes it feel like this is something that's gonna lean a little bit more toward cool weather than like warm weather, which could make sense because it's coming out right near, I'm assuming, the tail end of summer, which who knows, man. Summer has been pretty hot this year. It's gonna be like September and still be flaming hot outside. I'm hopeful that this is gonna be something that is different, something that's new, something that's interesting. Is it possible that it does a riff on something else that's really popular right now? That's possible also. Prada has done that in the past, of course, Luna Rossa Carbon smelling similar to Sauvage, stuff like that. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see if this is something that's doing its own thing, like carving its own path, or if it's taking a look at something else and going, let's Pradify that. Regardless, thank you, Prada, for coming out with a new line. Let's hope it's a good one. Before we jump into Angel Share really quickly, a new Elysium by Raja Parfum, Elysium Noir. Man, Elysium getting those flankers. Now with this one, there's not too much information at this point, no note breakdown or anything like that. And you know, with Raja Parfum, they're gonna come correct with the big old fat note breakdown. Gonna have like 30 notes in there, just really show all these 3-note having loser designer brands what's up. With the name Elysium Noir, of course, the expectation is going to be that this is more of an evening type of scent, expanding on that successful Elysium DNA. All right, let's do the new Angel Share from by Kilian. It is Angel Share on the Rocks. The newest spirited scent from Kilian Paris is a take on a beloved scent, Angel Share. This time, it's Angel Share on the Rocks with a cooling new twist to the original Angel Share.
Yeah, that's cool. Hell yeah.
Infused with Kilian's unique On the Rocks accord and warmed by the coziness of the original, the new scent harnesses Kilian Hennessy's preference for his cognac being chilled. Housed in Kilian's signature tumble bottle, Angel Share on the Rocks harnesses the freshness of grapefruit and lemon oils with bitter orange. Along with chili aldehydes, this melange creates the perfect cocktail of freshness and depth. Warm cognac is fused with spicy cinnamon bark and tonka bean with a seductive amber trail. Dry oak wood embodies the aged cask that holds the angelic spirit. So let's contrast and compare a little bit between the original and this one as far as the note breakdown is concerned. We have in the new version on the rocks, bitter orange, grapefruit, lemon, bergamot, and aldehydes in the top, rock accord and cognac in the mid, cinnamon bark, amber, tonka, and oak in the base. Which the original Angel Share is more so known for cognac, cinnamon, tonka, oak, praline, vanilla, and sandalwood. So obviously with this new version, the big differences, the standout differences are all that citrus off the top, a whole bunch of it actually, along with aldehydic notes. So it should be very bright, airy, and fresh comparatively speaking to the original Angel Share. You still have the cognac, you still have the cinnamon, still have the tonka, the oak. So it looks like essentially reworking Angel Share and going like, what if we turned it into more of like a spring, early fall kind of fragrance? I'm not sure that I would guess that it would be for summer or anything like that, based off of how the original Angel Share comes across anyway, but yeah, it's definitely leaning in a much fresher version, a much fresher lean rather, compared to the original. And I'm really intrigued to see how much they can pull this off. If it's the type of fragrance where you spray it on and it has that same magnetism the original Angel Share has, you know, that complement factor, that ease of use. And if they can work in that citrus in such a way that it really livens the scent up It doesn't cheapen it at all. Maybe makes it even more wearable, more appealing in more situations, then I'm on board. Of course, there is the risk that you spray this on and it smells flat compared to the original, you know, not as much depth. And you do run the risk, I guess, of the citrus coming across just kind of boring. So we'll have to see when it drops, but this is one that I am looking forward to heavily. As soon as I saw this fragrance announced, actually, I was like, yes, it's either gonna be amazing or it's gonna be a total waste of money. Let's go. I, for one, though, have faith. I'm hopeful that it's gonna be amazing. And last but not least, a very quick rundown on the new D Red Le Parfum by Diesel. Now, nobody's really looking for Diesel fragrances. I get that. But if this hits discounters in the future and it's like 25 bucks, maybe it's worth a pickup. Discover D Red Le Parfum, the highly concentrated flanker of the original D Red, exuding freshness and allure. The signature D Red flacon now comes in a richer, more magnetic blend. It takes freshness to extremes with the vibrant essence of grapefruit, luminosity of saffron, and the seduction of a leather accord. So this is a generic, boring 3-note, note breakdown, yay. Grapefruit, saffron, leather, and I get it looking at that, nothing really jumps out. Saffron probably gonna be sweet, grapefruit probably gonna be sweet, a little bit fresh, and then the leather, there've been a number of fragrances that have come out lately in the designer realm using leather, usually a sweeter type. So while this may not be that amazing, it is a fragrance that I'm going to personally look for at discounters. And if I can pick it up in the future for, say, 25 bucks, like I said, 30 bucks, then I'll pick it up and see if it's worth rolling the dice or just forgettable. Either way, it's coming out. So there we go, guys. Fragrances you have to look forward to. Let me know which one you are looking forward to the most. I would imagine most people are gonna say the Angel Share or the Prada, and that's fair enough. Those are the two I'm looking forward to the most too. Thank you guys for hanging with me. Stay safe out there, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.